Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Chris. You're listening to Tales from the Tarheel State. St. Paddy's Day. Happy St. Paddy's Day, everybody. It's March 17th. It's a rainy day here in the south. It's a little cool, not too bad this morning. I don't know how warm it's supposed to be today. I actually haven't looked at the weather. So I don't really know what the weather's doing. But, happy St. Paddy's Day, everybody. Yeah, man, it's fucking St. Paddy. The guy who brought Christianity to Ireland, celebrating him today. The guy that brought shit nobody fucking asked for. I don't think the Celts were like, man, I sure wish somebody would bring us a new religion and make us, make us worship their shit and forget all the shit that we were taught by our ancestors. I'm sure they were really excited about that. So yeah, it's hilarious that he supposedly drove the snakes into the sea. Famous for driving the snakes into the sea. And I haven't looked this up, but I mean, Ireland is pretty fucking far north. And it's an island. So, didn't they already not have any fucking snakes? Am I fucking losing my goddamn mind? I feel like I'm the only one taking. Am I taking stupid pills here? It's the same fucking look. What are you talking about? Drove the snakes into. That's an awfully convenient fucking miracle, isn't it? Look, there's no snakes. It's a miracle. What do you mean? He drove them out with the power of God. Wait, but there was already no. See, there was already no snakes. It's ordained by God. Ordained by God. That's the king, right? The king is ordained by God. Oh shit! I got mush mouth this morning. Sorry, y'all, but I think that's fucking hilarious. It's an island and it's pretty fucking far north. I don't really think they ever had a lot of fucking snake problem in Ireland before St. Paddy got there. But I could be wrong about that. I've been wrong about plenty of shit in the past. It's not out of the realm of possibility that I am wrong, but I don't think they had a big snake problem in Ireland before St. Paddy. And, like I say, I don't think they were begging somebody to please bring them some, new religion. Fucking hilarious, right? Fucking hilarious. But we celebrate that shit over here, and I'm part Irish according to 23andMe, so I don't want to hear no shit about I'm making fun of the Irish, so go fuck yourself if you don't like it. So I'm just trying to make some people laugh, and hopefully I did that. What else is some funny shit? I saw fucking Whoopi Goldberg and the other ladies there on The View are fucking cracking me up. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny, the shit they're saying about, they used to lock people up for saying things like that. It's what? Oh, fucking, I don't know, man. It's really fucking weird. It's like McCarthyism and shit going on, and it's coming from people that I used to, like, be heroes of mine that were liberal-minded people, I thought, and man, what strange times. It's fucking crazy, right? But, yeah, it was fucking hilarious. Whoopi was wearing a damn a sweatshirt that said "Nope" on it. I don't know what in the fuck "Nope" means. I guess that's just a way of shutting down. You just nope. I ain't even listened to this, which is part of the fucking problem we got going on right now. But it just reminded me a lot of Bill Cosby when he was going through that whole trial of his sexual fucking crimes there. That he would wear a sweatshirt or sweater that said "Hello, friend." Like, what the fuck, you creepy son of a bitch? What the fuck are you doing? And so she's wearing a sweatshirt that says "Nope" on it. Just reminded me of that. And that shit just was so funny. So I was thinking I could wear a shirt that says "super cool" on it, but it doesn't mean everybody's gonna think I'm super cool. You know what I'm saying? More than likely they'll just think I'm a fucking idiot, which is what, I think they look like wearing shirts like that. It's just fucking stupid as fuck. It reminds me of the puffy leather patches that, like, when I was a kid in late 70s, early 80s, you fucking put those on the back of your shirt or whatever, and ironed them on, and they stuck on your shirt, right? So you could write out whatever you wanted to. I think they actually, Wolf Fan or something like that, or Wolf Buddy in the original Teen Wolf movie is made with those. So that people were still doing that up till then, maybe. Or that movie was maybe dated at that point doing that. But that's just what that shit reminds me of. It's just like campy, silly shit from time gone by. That's just, it's just fucking funny to me. It's funny to me, women talking about routes. Oh, that was one of the funniest fucking. That's a Cam Newton line. In case y'all don't know what the fuck I'm talking about right there. It's just funny to me, women talking about routes. You know what I'm talking about? He's talking about football, and got interviewed. This late woman interviewer. Journalist asked him that shit and about some routes they were running, and he fucking just like so dismissive, and it was degrading and hilarious all at the same time. But yeah, that's that's what that is about there. In case you're wondering what I'm cracking myself up with there. But yeah, people used to put those things on their shirts, those patches, the letters, and spell out shit. I remember when I was a kid and going to the skating rink at Will's over in Durham, back when it was over there on Ladder Road and shit. If anybody remembers that, if anybody out there knows what the fuck I'm talking about, please send me a comment on the comments page, or for the individual question thing, just fucking send a comment in there. I don't. On any one of those fucking episodes that I have a question on, just fucking ask me something. Goddamn, give me something to talk about, motherfuckers. If you're out there listening, I mean, I see, I'm looking on here, it looks like I got people down in Atlanta listening, and people in New York City, somebody in San Francisco. So I see y'all out there, man, and I hope y'all keep listening. You probably may have listened once and left. I was suffering through a lot of serious depression, and it's important to know you're not alone, but I'm not always feeling that way, so I don't want it to always sound like I'm in the dumps. I'm trying to get better. Talking about the skating rink, I fucking took that job. I brought it up last week and didn't really talk about it. I took a job at this place. It's got like a movie theater, bowling alley, and all this shit in it, and they were looking for experienced kitchen help cooking, so I went down there and I met the lady, and she hired me, and I came in, and the first night, worked on the line with her. It was simple, like bar food type stuff, and she's barking out stuff, and I love how people use this term all day, which I never heard in my life until a couple years ago in the kitchen, and I worked in a lot of fucking kitchens, and it was not a term that was used. So somebody came up with that shit and decided it sounded good or cute or whatever. Essentially, it's an unnecessary word. You don't need to say it. It's essentially put in there by some asshole that thought it sounded good, and people just took it and ran with it, because it's just some extra words that are being said that don't need to be said. Like when somebody says, "Well, I'll tell you one thing." Well, you don't fucking need to say that every time you goddamn get ready to speak to me. Just tell me what you're fucking going to tell me. You don't need to preemptive it with saying, give me a fucking preface. God damn, that shit drives me fucking crazy. I mean, I'm sure I do it sometimes too, but I really fucking try not to. I try to be conscious of that shit. And anyway, so anyway, I took this fucking job up there, man, and she told me she had owned her own restaurant and stuff like that. That's fucking awesome, but she also told me she had never been a line cook, and she's trying to run the front. She didn't have an expo actually doing stuff. She had like at least three different girls up front, and they were all coming to the window and taking stuff instead of just having one person on the other side of that window. And she should have had them on the other side of the counter. Instead, she had us putting food up in a window where they then take that fucking food from that window and then come back through the kitchen and then out a side door. Just some of the stupidest shit I've ever seen, making it completely complicated. Really just a clusterfuck. And that was fine. I was able to tolerate that the first night. But I come in the second day and it was slam-packed fucking busy. They had never been that fucking busy before, for sure. And because they ran out of everything by the end of the night. I mean, stuff that's frozen shit. Things you should never fucking run out of in the goddamn restaurant. I don't give a fuck. It's frozen stuff. You shouldn't be running out of fries and like frozen bar food bullshit. And that was what was going on. And but beyond that, as soon as I got there, all right, Chris, we're gonna have you do it in the dish pit. And I was like, okay. You know, it's the third fucking place in a row that I've been hired to cook at, and they want you to fucking come in and spend, time standing in a fucking dish pit. I'm 48 years old. I got hired to be a cook, and I can't stand over a fucking dish pit like that. And I can't be up there getting bitched at and yelled at. She thinks she's not bitching and yelling, I'm sure, but just condescending. Everyone there is like a kid running around with the chicken, their head cut off, and she's expects to be able to talk to me that way. And it's like, you don't even know what you're doing, and why are you coming behind me the whole time as I'm doing something? I'm just in your way here, clearly. And I ended up washing dishes all night, and by the end of it, in typical fashion of how people are, a couple different kids, I'm sorry you've been over here in the dish pit all night. I'm ready to quit. It's been so terrible in here. I said, I'm right there with you. It's my second day. I said, my wife already told me to come home. I sent her a text when I got a 5-minute break I got one 5-minute break, by the way, in a 8-hour shift, which is illegal. I mean, I ran my own fucking business. I know what the goddamn labor laws are. And so it's just what goes on now. You're expected to come in there. And by the way, it's a $10 an hour. Started out as a $10 an hour. I told her I'd take $10 an hour because she said she could only do part-time. And then once she got me hired at $10 an hour for a part-time job, she wanted to make me work 40 hours a week right from the start and put me on the dish pit right away and work all fucking night washing dishes. And so by the end of the day, at night, I could barely fucking stand. I could barely get in my goddamn truck. My fucking back hurts bad. Because, I'm fucking falling apart. I've been working since I was 13 fucking years old, and all my shit's worn out. And we'll see what happens with the disability shit, because, something's got to happen, man, because my body is fucked up. I can't do shit. I try to do a few things around the house. I mean, I can do that. That's about it. I mean, this morning, my hips and shit, my ass is hurting. I got a lot of ass back there. Plenty of cushion, but it ain't enough. My hips are hurting. It hurts like down near my damn hamstrings, man. That shit's wild. I think my shit's all just wore out. Been a fat boy all my life. But, the skating rink brought me back to that. Shitty job. So, the kids went back and told her that I was quitting before I ever had even an opportunity to talk to her, because I was like, I'm right there with you here on my second day, what the hell. And they immediately went to her and said, oh, he's not going to be here. He's quitting. He's not going to do this. And then I had parked my truck out there around all the other vehicles that people work there, and found like empty Corona bottles in the back of my goddamn truck, and empty White Claw cans in the back of my goddamn truck. Those kids are out there fucking pounding down a couple drinks while they're working, and then like, fuck this new guy throwing their fucking shit in the back of my truck, man. So, I'm the old guy, out of place guy. So there's no place for me there. And that's the world you're living in now, man. That's what's up out there, folks. If you're insulated in a little office job or what have you, be thankful. Be thankful for that job you have that is enables you to talk on the phone and push keyboard and listen to some stupid people say some stupid shit all day. And that you get to go home after that. Because when you have to fucking listen to stupid people say stupid shit all day and fucking break your fucking back and go back to washing dishes at 48, when your first job you got at 13 was washing dishes, kind of makes you feel like a failure in your goals in life. And you can't keep starting over at the bottom. If you don't have an education, they just make you start at the bottom. I don't give a fuck where you go, what you do. I've even been told you can't get a job somewhere one time because I was overqualified, so they didn't think I'd be able to take direction from people less knowledgeable. because I went in and actually brought in my portfolio and shit and showed pictures of the work that I'd done and on my own when I had my own business and shit. And they basically were like, yeah, we don't need this guy. He needs to just be running his own business. And I just wanted a fucking job working for the state so I could possibly have some retirement stuff. I didn't want to fucking have to work for myself forever. And I knew I wasn't capable of doing that physically and not good at hiring people. And because I don't know how to charge my worth. That's about last week's episode about knowing your worth. It's important to know your worth. I'm worth more than $10 an hour and washing dishes, and I'm not, and my body's not, and I'm not going to be able to do that fucking anymore. Anyway, so there you go. But I had to keep trying before I finally gave up, and I finally have come to the realization that my old body is it's done doing all this hard physical work, and it's not a choice of mine anymore, which is a hard pill to swallow. But, you know, I take a lot of pills every morning anyway, so some of them are pretty big. Fucking fish oil and god dang vitamin B and stuff. But, so yeah, what else is happening in the world? Holy shit, World War III? Looks like that shit's getting ready to pop off soon. I fucking hope not, but it's not looking good, y'all. It's getting tighter and tighter out there. Watch that press conference, not press conference, but him addressing Congress, I guess. And yeah, that shit, that video he showed, throwing people in, you know, mass graves and all that kind of shit was heavy duty, man. And then they gave a standing ovation, and there's a lot of shit going on there. Yeah, standing ovation. And we had some, what was it, 3 NATO leaders were over there. They went into the Ukraine, into a war zone. If one of them had gotten killed, that would have been, you know, a serious act of war. So we are very much on the verge of all-out war all around the world. We got, was it Iranians? Just sent a missile attack into Iraq, right near the U.S. consulate. Apparently that was a retaliation for Israeli espionage, and also they bombed or, you know, a missile attack, I assume, on a drone facility, I guess, after, you know, they confiscated our drone that time. Iran has built a nice drone facility, and they've been working on those. And so Israel apparently, through espionage and shit, blew that shit up. So that's why they did that to us. So yeah, you know, it's all fucked up over there, man. Shit's just getting crazier and crazier. I don't know how all this is going to continue to affect us here in the U.S., but the fucking gas prices are outrageous already. And apparently we're here in North Carolina, where it's not nearly as bad as it is like in, say, California, where I heard on a podcast I was listening to, they said regular was over $6. So, you know, you're looking at probably $7 for premium already. Yeah, man, I don't know how the fuck anybody. I'm probably going to sell my truck. I went and took it up to Capital Ford. They only offered me $22. I was like, fuck no, dude. You're fucking out of your mind. Well, gas prices. I was like, no. I'm not stupid, man. And so I left there because that's where I bought it from. And they had sent me a thing a few weeks ago about selling the truck. And I was like, okay, well, I'd heard already that it was a really good time to sell. I'd heard one guy had sold his truck back to a place that he had bought it from for more than he paid for it. And I was like, well, fuck, maybe I should do that shit. You know, I don't need that fancy truck. And Tanya's car is, you know, 1.5 turbo, so that little Honda gets like 38 miles to the gallon, so that's good right there, baby. I figure I can buy me an old piece of shit and, you know, beat her. I like that kind of vehicle anyway. It's more my speed. It's all I've ever had, and I like having the nice little Honda to kick around in. I mean, you know, I want Tanya to have a nice ride anyway. But I like driving that car too. It's like fucking driving a little go-kart. It's fucking sweet. A lot of fun to drive. And, you know, I can just need me an old pickup truck. Something I can throw shit in the back of that I ain't scared of it getting scratched. That's what I like, really. Anyway, I find if you have a vehicle like that you don't, you know, care if something happens to it, so much will last forever. So, I'm gonna keep on rolling like that, I think. But yeah, we ran the truck online, and already a different dealer already offered me $23,500 for the truck, and I paid like $26,500. So I'm trying to get on up there on that, because I'm not a stupid man. I know what money is. But yeah. Gas prices going up like a motherfucker. Empty shelves at the grocery store. Just seen they're talking about chicken farmers goddamn flu on the birds now. I reckon it's probably COVID taking them out, so you won't be able to eat any chicken soon. They already was going to the store and there wasn't no chicken, and so now it really won't be no chicken. And beef has gone through the goddamn roof. Prices are fucking higher than 40 hells. So yeah, get ready, working folks. And all you motherfuckers that have been stockpiling rice and shit at your house, you better start learning how to grow some goddamn vegetables. I don't know what to tell you. And why do you store rice anyway? There's no protein in that shit. It's just fucking empty carbohydrates. You need to be storing dried beans, motherfuckers. That's why Chris McCandless died up there in fucking Alaska. If the sumbitch had had some dried beans to go with this fucking rice, the motherfucker would have had protein and carbohydrates, and motherfucker would still have been alive. He'd have made it out of there. But that's just my opinion. I don't know shit from Shinola. Obviously, here I am talking to y'all. God dang it. I guess if I knew something, I'd be doing something like besides just running my mouth and sitting in a room by myself. But I am glad you're listening, y'all. I love you so much. Thank you so much for listening, every single fucking one of you. And, I really do appreciate it. This is really good for me therapeutically, and it's fun. I like doing this shit, man. I really do. I wish I could get some people to come talk to or get some interviewing, and just going to keep doing it, and maybe some folks will hear it, and eventually some folks will want to check me out. I don't know. I don't think I'm that bad at this shit, but maybe I suck ass. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, if I keep doing it long enough. If I ever start growing, I keep tweeting out stuff and hoping that, hashtag it, Tales from the Tarheel State. If you guys do Twitter or any of that kind of shit, maybe you could hashtag that motherfucker too and just get my fucking name out there. And maybe people will start to listen to it, This is North Carolina. There's a lot of people moving here. It's a lot of people here. I don't know why it ain't nobody's from the state. I guess nobody in the state listens to fucking podcasts. Or maybe I just ain't that fucking funny. What else we got? North Korea. Those sumbitches trying to stir up some shit while all this is going on too. We got Iran and North Korea. We got our axis of evil. We'll throw back to George W. Yeah, they tried to fucking launch a missile and so much blew up in the air over top of Pyongyang. Pyongyang, motherfucker. And when it blew up over Pyongyang, that's like 3 million people city. I just imagine those people being like, what the fuck? And he's like, oh, yes, I'm just putting out some free light for y'all. Hey, look, check it out. It's some light. Since we don't have electricity. Anyways, yeah. Fucking crazy, man. I was hearing being like, Pee Wee Herman being like, I meant to do that. That was horrible. Anyway, terrible fucking impersonation. I haven't heard Pee Wee do that in so many years. Guess I need to brush up on that before I try to pull that off again. I used to be able to do that when I was a kid. Oh, I think Urkel came in there. Urkel's fucking me up. Did I do that? That's what that was. God damn it. Urkel motherfucker. Son of a bitch. You're fucking up my damn Pee Wee Herman. I got my generational stupid joke people mixed up there. Something like that anyway. So anyway, this is Paddy's Day. It's March 17th. If any of y'all have never listened to the Lex Friedman podcast, check out Lex Friedman podcast. If you want to listen to some really smart shit, every once in a while he'll have somebody on there and they are kind of silly, but generally speaking, it's a lot of heavy conversations. A lot of professors and scientists and shit, because he, was a professor and scientist at MIT. I think he still does do some work with MIT. He's a robotics and AI scientist. Anyway, he really has a good perspective on things, and I really like that dude a lot. And so I got a man crush on young Lex. Yeah, he's only like 35, probably smart as fuck. Dresses like Men in Black. I think I've talked about Lex before, but check out that podcast. And yeah, he's Russian, and he was born there. He's American too, by the way. But yeah, he had some really good comments on his podcast, his most recent one. Just this opening comments on it are really good, and he had some comments about the Ukraine as well, and I think it's about 8 minutes. It's on YouTube. You can check it out on there as well. So not just, you don't have to just listen to it. His podcasts are most all on there. So anyways, yeah. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and try not to get washed away in all this rain out here. And Tar Heels play at 4:30. Notre Dame game, that was wild. I picked them, by the way, to win that game. I don't know how much more they'll do after that, but I did pick them to win that game on my little bracket I filled out. And I did not even see who won the other games, and it doesn't matter because I forgot to pick those early games. Because I had a lot going on yesterday trying to get the garden ready. In fact, that reminds me, I need to get in here on the horn and call and order some more dirt and compost mix brought up here to the house from the feed place down the road here. Support local businesses, y'all. Support your local peoples. Anyways, love you guys. Thanks for listening. And keep on keeping on, motherfuckers. And I'll talk to y'all next week. Have a good one.